What are your biggest fears and concern about what's happening right now in Ukraine?
Well, that we'll actually lose our independence. You know, Ukraine's been fighting for their independence, it seems like forever. And 988, we accepted Christianity, we built churches. And like I said, our country has been there while Russia was still playing in the dirt. And for years we've been struggling and struggling to be independent. And like I said, we haven't done very well under the thumb of the Russian government. They starved our people, close to 10 million Ukrainians in 1932 and 33. And I've been here since 1949. I was born in Europe, and I came with my father, my mother, and my brother, the four of us. All blood relatives are over there. So we were the only ones here, and with this close Ukrainian community, we've all become uncles and aunts to each other because this is all we have. I never thought I would see the Ukrainian independence in my lifetime because it's been such a slow political process. And when it came in '91, we all rejoiced. And it was a wonderful thing, only to be trampled after 30 years to fight for, you know, their independence again. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm a lot of things, you know. I watch the news, I cry. I think he's doing a great job, I really do. And to stand there and be a target, he's doing a good job. I just wish that we had more military might for our people. I realize America doesn't want to be in a war. I have sent money and I'm going to send money, you know. Right now, I mean, if somebody asked me to take somebody in, I would, you know. I don't have a problem that, you know, you have to save the women and the children. The men are fighting. I heard not that long ago that there are people volunteering. They're coming from England. And like I said, I'm just heartsick over this whole thing. And I realize, you know, we have a contract with NATO. It's in writing. We will protect them if that ever happens. But we have a moral obligation, you know. And like I said, I'm just sitting in and watching, and I mean, I'm an old lady, and I'm 76 years old. I mean, if I could put on my boots and go, you know, I would. The best I can do is help send money for what they might need. And whatever happens, happens, you know. We just pray.
Shot loosened me up a little bit. So, but I want to talk more about your background. Tell us a little bit about your story, like how you came to this country and that sort of thing.
Okay. Came to this country in 1949. I was 2 years old. My dad's uncle brought us here from, well, they were in the work camps in Germany. But my father was Ukrainian, my mother was Polish, and they ended up there in the work camps. And now I just have some cousins left in Poland, and I've been corresponding with them, but they're having a hard time over there. They really are.
Is it because of the influx of refugees? Is that why it's hard right now?
Well, with everything being bombed, and people are, you know, looking for shelter, yes.
How are you following what's happening in Ukraine right now?
With the news media and Newsy News, 27 News, 21 News, 33 News, all the news channels.
And what are your biggest concerns?
Well, my concern is I'm hoping somebody stops that crazy man.
Are you involved in any efforts to help in either in a humanitarian way, or with donations or anything?
Yes, our church gave us a bulletin in our bulletin to where we could send money, And I've already sent $100, and I'm going to send some more. And I just got a letter from the bishop there.
And what's your church?
Holy Trinity Ukrainian Catholic Church on Rayan Avenue in Youngstown.
Every week, how many pierogies do you produce?
Probably in the area of about 5,400. And most of those, over 4,000 of them are the potato ones, and the rest of them are what I refer to as a potato kraut mix. So you got about 1,500 of those.
Okay. And you have commercial as well as, you have commercial places where these are going, but you also have people that come in to buy them.
Right. We do have commercials, and we do have people, walk-ins. Not so much walk-ins, but they have to order them.
And this is a fundraiser for the church?
Yes. This has been going on for, I can't tell you how long. I can tell you how long I've been doing it, but I can't tell you how long it's been going. It's been going on for a long time, because my parents both used to do this too.
And with the events of last week and what's happening right now, when you came to here to work, what was it like? Like, how did you, was everybody talking about it, and how did you kind of focus on what you needed to do?
Well, today, when we got here, most of it's been going on now for 4 or 5 days, 6 days, so we try to get everything going, and then you get these little comments between, 1 or 2 people here or there, or what do you think, what did you see, what did you hear on the news and that. So it's kind of like going about your business, but what's going on there is always in your background.
Now tell us a little bit about yourself. How are you connected to Holy Trinity? What's your background and your ethnicity?
Oh, I'm 100% Ukrainian. My parents, like I said, it's getting back to what Irene said. My parents wound up in the camps in Germany after the war. Both of them wound up in the camps because the Germans took so many people from villages and what have you to go work back in Germany. And both of my parents wound up working in Germany for several years until the war was over. And then they wound up here, and I was born in Germany. So, and they had a strong Ukrainian, nationalistic feeling about it, both of them. And most of the people that immigrated in that period of time did have a strong nationalistic period and strong Ukrainian feelings. So you wind up here, and you wind up going to your church, Ukrainian church, and supporting it.
We're seeing the Ukrainian spirit and right now, as evidenced by the war. How would you describe the Ukrainian view of the world and also its strength?
The Ukrainians' view of the world, I would have to say that they're probably very pleased at the outpouring of support for them. But on the other hand, they would probably like to see a little bit more military support other than just the arms. I think they're looking for, a no-fly zone, which probably will not happen. Maybe some NATO troops within their country, which probably won't, but I'm sure they're all very happy with the support that they're getting, from around the world, which is really kind of like unprecedented. As far as I'm concerned, I've never seen this much outpouring of support for a country's independence and freedom. And I think a lot of it has to do with their president, standing strong, with that statement that he made, I don't need a ride, I need weapons. So.
Do you think he embodies the spirit of Ukraine in his posture?
Without a doubt, without a doubt. I think had he fled or moved to, say, the western part of Ukraine where he wasn't in the, in the action, people might look at it a little bit differently. But the fact that he stayed, that's got to be a lot of more, a lot of moral support for a lot of the people over there. And I think that's where some of the support's coming from worldwide, is his strength as far as, saying, I'm a Ukrainian, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to fight. So it's kind of nice to see. But whether it survives, we'll have to wait and see. They're really no match for them militarily. I think the whole world realizes that, but you can have all the faith and the the drive. But you know, how long can you stand up to all that military incursion? So we'll have to just wait and see. Hopefully they can bring it to a peaceful end through negotiations, but I have my doubts about that, to be honest with you. That our prayers and thoughts are with them, supporting them in just about every possible way we can. What else can you say? You know, you're giving them all the support you possibly can, whatever you can. You know, and you work as a people, individually, or even in small groups. You can only use so much, but you can support them. I know there's funds being created for military and humanitarian aid to go over there. So, you know, I think the Ukrainian people and the general public are going to do everything they possibly can to support them people, which they really need.